Haha, it is 6 o'clock Central Time here in the Nashville, Tennessee area. I am Julie Salva. You are at Stamp and Shine with Julie Salva, and some of you are here for a craft along. What is a craft along, you say? Well, a craft along is where I craft and you work with me here, craft along. There we have it. So I am excited to be here. This is the first one that I have done by myself. I have done a craft along before with my Great American Stampin' Show friends, but this is my first one that I've done by myself. So I think we're going to have a super great time. While I'm waiting on a couple of y'all to pop in, I will say hello to those of you who are coming in. I see Pam and Sam and some of my other friends are popping on. So I'm glad that you're doing it. I'm glad that you're taking the time to just sit for a little bit. Pop in and out if you want to. It's fine. I'm good. I'm trying something new. So you know that when we think of technology, clearly we think of Julie Salva, somebody who has excelled at all the technology things. But I do have my computer over here. And so I am going to periodically look this way and refresh so that if you guys are making comments, I can see them. And if you're not making comments, that's okay too. So, oh, there's 4 comments. Chris is here. Okay, I need to tell you guys, Chris from Iowa. So back in the day, I was doing videos occasionally, sporadically. It's oh, let's do a video. And Chris really encouraged me. She's like, you should be doing more of these. And so Chris, I've told you privately, but I want to tell you publicly, thank you for that, because your encouragement meant a lot. I am well aware of what I don't bring to the video market, but I think I bring fun, so we're good with that. So hi to Chris, hi to Karen. You guys, Karen has 2 broken wrists. So if you are a prayer, keep her in your thoughts. 2 broken wrists. Pam Vandiver, Pam is my right hand. Pam is, no offense, Karen, but Pam is my helper. She helps me get classes ready to mail, all the things. So yay, so I've got some people who are here, so I'm excited about that. So again, periodically I'll go in and make comments, but hey, you guys comment back and forth with one another too, because that's what makes it fun. We're a community and, talk to each other. I think that'll be good. So, okay. Let's jump in. So let me tell you a little bit about what to expect at this craft along. Like I said, it's not rocket science. We literally are going to be crafting along together. But this is also what I would consider a free class. And I know you're like, well, Julie, what do you mean by that? So basically the class is going to be like this. And I'll just show you one of the kits that I mailed out. Several of you guys, I think for my first one, 9 or 10 of y'all ordered the kit ahead of time. So thank you for that. And hopefully more will next time if it's something you want to do. But so I appreciate that. I see Carla's here and she's one of them. So when you get your kit, it looks like this, okay? And inside the kit, you will have all the projects and the pieces cut for the 4 projects. Now these are the die cut pieces, not the die cut pieces from the bundle because they're pretty intricate, but generic ones, circles, things from Nested Essentials, things like that. So you'll have it all here. You will have, in this case, there was a full pack of the Take a Bow DSP, a package of the Neutrals gems, and a roll of the Black and Vanilla Gingham ribbon. So that is what the people who pre-ordered received. They also received a step-by-step tutorial. If you're in my card club, it's the exact same format. Pictures, step-by-step, what to do. So they're going to have that to work along with. If you didn't do the pre-cut kit and you're just here and you're like, I'm just going to follow along, that is great, because this is going to stay here and I'll have measurements, and so you can go back at your leisure to create these 4 cards that we're going to do. Or at the end, if you're like, man, I really like that, I should have done that. Well, I can solve that problem. What you have the opportunity to do is use my host code, place a $40 or higher order, and I'm going to send you this, your kit. Now you won't have the paper and the gems and all of that, but you will have ordered what you want to order. But I will cut the DSP and all that, so you'd have those pieces to work. But we'll talk more about that later. So, so that's kind of how it. Oh, hi neighbor, you guys. Oh, I see the comments. Pam Vandiver, Karen, Pam Vandiver, said praying hands to you. This is my favorite part about Stampin'. Okay, I'm going to digress for just a minute. So today I had a meeting with my pastor about something, a project I'm working on at church. You guys know I'm on the projects. And we were talking about this and you guys and Stampin' Up. And he's like, I don't really see you as a crafty person. And I told him, I said, I'm not a crafty person. I said, but what I love about this is that I get to teach. I get to be with friends. And I called my group Stamp and Shine because when we stamp a card and send it, that's important, and send it, we give a little light in a dark world. And he's like, okay, that I get. So anyway, I digress, but I want to tell you guys that. All right, so one final thing, and then we're going to get started. I'm going to move my camera down, and we're going to start crafting. Gas, Great American Stampin' Show is tonight. And I know you're like, Julie, how are you here and there? It's like the Matrix. You guys have probably figured out, obviously, that the Great American Stampin' Show, we pre-record our videos so that way we know that they're there, they're ready to go and all of that. So when you're done here, or if you're bored here, flip on over to YouTube and go watch the Great American Stampin' Show. We're doing Sketch 9. I will show you my card. It's that, so it was strips, but I like how I stripped, I call it the strip sketch, and then I'm like, that sounds like I need a parental permission slip from you guys to come. But I did my strips to form the image that the DSP showed. So anyway, and then inside I just did a little bit of stamping. But the projects are really good this week. I think they're good every week. You know, I didn't really like my project last week, but you know, I mean, it is what it is. But I do like this one. So anyway, I'm going to move my phone down and we're going to get started. So if you don't have these things to stamp with, you guys grab a kit, work on one of your kits. Just take some time just to shut down for a little bit, you know, and just have some fun. So give me a second. You're going to look at my roof for a minute. So if you get nauseated, just let that go. Okay. Here we go. I think that's pretty good, right? Okay. Last time I did a video too, I messed up the tag. It was too close and all that. So, okay, so here we go. So let's get started. So first of all, the stamp set that I am working with is the Christmas Friends stamp set. Now it's good news and bad news, okay? The good news is that it's a super popular set. It's really cute. And I have tried to choose a set every time a catalog comes out that I wouldn't naturally have gone to. And for this one, this is this. And I love it. The bad news is that it's on back order until September 30th. September 30th is not that far away, little over a week. So it's not like you're never going to be able to get it. But if you don't have it yet, just know you can get it at the end of the month. So I'm using the Christmas Friends set. It is a bundle. So in here, I put my little pieces in here so I knew I wouldn't lose them. But in here, I put a magnetic sheet. Many of you guys do that. And I just ordered mine off of Amazon so that all of my dies are in a nice, orderly manner in there. But I can tell you this, I won't lose them. I have lost one too many small dies. So now when I have a bundle, I put a magnetic sheet in here and I keep my dies in there with it. And you guys may do that too, or you may have other tips about how to store your dies so that you don't lose them when you're in the middle of something. Monica's in Charleston. Hi, Vicki. As we go, you will know I do my big shot work ahead of time because I just don't like doing it with y'all. So let's jump in. So I have my cards, and this is just how the card would come to you. So this is card number 1 that we're going to work on, and I love this card. Okay, so it's the owl. Get it? I'll be thinking of you this season. And I use some DSP back there and then on the inside. So we're ready. What I'm gonna do, pull out all my pieces. So you would get all your pieces like this. I know sometimes it's like, what is included in it? How do I know what to do? And y'all, if you don't mind, I'm gonna set the stamps over here. The tutorial shows you, but all of the pieces are here. So I just want to show you, you know, we've got the card here. So your tag is done, and this tag is from Greetings of the Season. I love these dies, even not for tags. I love them. You've got a little scrap of, and these are for my friends that are crafting along. I think Lisa and Carla and all. You've got a scrap to stamp the tree on because that's die cut. You've got, this is also from Greetings of the Season, and we're using this on the card. There's a little bit of linen thread, so I put that in. Here's for my inside, and here's the base. Here's a tip, guys. Cut your insides. See that? If you cut it to 3.5 by 5, my friend Rhonda taught me this. You will get 5 inserts out of one piece of cardstock, as opposed to cutting it at 4 by 5 1/4. You only get 4, and it doesn't make that big a difference. So that's what I have. So all right, let's get going. So I'll keep the card kind of here and handy so you can see what we're doing. So my card base is, as most of them, cut down to 8.5 by 5.5. This is Garden Green. Okay, Garden Green card base, 8.5 by 5.5. I'm going to go on and put my insert in. That way I can just know that that is done and I don't mess it up by mistake. So that's going to go on the inside to write my sentiment. And now let's start building. So I'm going to start with the tag. I'm using the owl, who's so cute, you guys, so cute. We're going to do a little bit of coloring. Now I'm going to be coloring with blends. You might have colored pencils. You might have markers. You might even have, look, see, not a problem, right? Magic paper, boom, see? You might even have blender pens. You guys remember blender pens? I think I'm going to use blender pens on something at some point because I'm going to tell you, I loved blender pens. They made me feel like I was an artist. I am. I'm going to use blender pens. That might be something that we bring into club or something like that and use. So I've got my owl stamped. I don't know if you are like this, but I have found that sometimes with the basic white, hi Lisa and Jen, sometimes with the basic white and the memento, it takes a minute for that black to sink into the fibers and not smear. Now I know it's not supposed to smear. I know in Stampin' Up world, we're not going to talk about it smearing, but you guys, let's just say it is what it is. Sometimes it smears and that runs me nuts. It runs me nuts. I don't like it and I get irritated with it. So I have found if I just let it sit for a minute, I'm okay with that. So I thought I had my crumb cake blends. That's what I'm coloring the owl in with, my crumb cake blends. I know they're here somewhere, so I'll find them. And color in it. And I like to use the light and the dark. Where did they go? Okay, well, I'll start with the red in the meantime. I'm gonna go to his hat. So I'm gonna use the light real red. And we'll just color his hat in. So again, you don't have to use blends. You can use markers. You can use colored pencils. You can use the blender pens. It's up to you. I will say, okay, and I've told you guys this before, and it's true. I am not the best color. If you're like, oh, I need to learn how to use blends, I'm going to go to Julie Salva. She could teach me that right after she teaches me technology tips. Okay, you're going to have about the same level of success with my blending as you will with my technology tips. But I do know this. The light and the dark, I like to color with the light first, and then I outline like these little pieces here with the dark. You know, these little things that the artists have put in there. And then for some reason, they like to do a little something on the left side. So I just, you know, kind of outline that. Okay, give me a minute. I am going to find these crumb cake things. Blends are one area of my Stampin' world that is actually organized. That's why this is so frustrating that they are not right here. Give me a second. And if you have your crumb cake blends, boom, here we go. Go on and start coloring. There they are, right there. Big dork. Okay. So again, I'm going to go in with the light. Actually, for this, I think I can go around the outline. Since I would go back in and outline it anyway, this might be a smarter, not harder moment. And so I would do the outside first with the dark. Remember how I told you I kind of outline with the dark? I'm going to go do that. My friend Jenny Winfrey told me that she saw that on a video, and I was like, huh, that does kind of make sense. So whenever I hear an idea that makes sense, I figure the first time to try it is clearly on a live video. That's what I should do. So I'm just going to outline that foot there. These feet kind of remind me of Finley's feet. Finley is my large golden retriever. I've got two golden retrievers. Fiona is the girl. She's younger. Fiona is a pistol. She is, I need a new blend. Look at that. She's a sport model. She is like a lighter golden, kind of like an English cream color. I know you're like, Julie, you're killing that blend. This blend is done. It's almost dead, so I'm going to get what I can out of it. We will get signs of life. Yeah, the small one works. Anyway, Fiona's a pistol. She is a diva. You will notice her. And Finn is a gentle giant. If you are in my card club, I have one in-person event each month at my home, and it's a card class. And it's small, and it's just some of my very favorite people who have stamped with me for, gosh, Pam Vandiver's one of them. I mean, it's been like 20 years. February will be 22 years for me that I've done this. But anyway, Finn is the gentle giant. Finn weighs like, he's fluffy. He weighs like 120 pounds. And we're trying to get him unfluffy, but he's just big. I mean, he's just a thick, thick dog. But all that to say, those paws, to me, remind me of Finn. I'm going to tell you, this coloring, it's kind of relaxing. I don't know if you view it as relaxing, but I do. It is relaxing. So, again, just a little bit of some outline. I don't think you can outline wrong. I really don't. I need to get his little nose. I don't know why I decided that Al's noses are some shade of orange. And truly, I think any shade of orange will work. I don't even know if that's accurate. But you're also talking to the girl who I was reminded, I'm just going to use light Cajun craze. The girl who, you know those hedgehogs? You remember? Oh, that's too dark. Oh, well, it is what it is. It's fine. Remember the girl that, or the hedgehogs that I did it once for a Great American Stampin' Show. And I colored the hedgehogs pink. I'm like, what? Why would you color hedgehogs pink? But that I did. So Cajun Craze knows for the owl. Okay, so you can see where we're coming. Let me go on while I'm stamping and do some more. So I told you this tag is from the Greetings of the Season dies. And again, they're great dies. That's okay, Pam. Go on and sign off. But you can see when you look at this, the banner end is already done. So all I did is just, I trim right here. All right, so that's just a little tip. Grab my real red, grab my sentiment, which is so cute. I'll be thinking of you this Christmas. And I will move my owl over there. Get that, and let's get that stamped. So when you stamp it, stamp over a little bit toward the end, because you can see I want room for that Christmas tree to go there. That Christmas tree also part. Okay, you know what? I went up a little high. Maybe I like that. Maybe I don't. I'm going to go to Magic and see. I'm going to go to the other side. If I don't like, I mean, if this isn't better, I'll just use that one because it's not bad, you know, but this is a tight fit. Oh, that one's better though. That's the one I'm going to do. Okay. So now I'm pretty much in the assembly mode right here. So take my snips. And again, every bit of this, now the pictures are not step by step. The pictures are of the finished project, but the directions, the written directions are step by step. So every bit of this is included. All right. So I've got my card base. I've got my tag. I have that tree somewhere because I did it a minute ago. It'll turn up. If it doesn't, I can always go do it with y'all real quick. All right, let's take a look here. So I've got the candy cane stripe paper. I have some here. So again, the people who pre-ordered their kit, and thank you so much for doing that, you already have a pack of this paper. So this you would cut, and the dimensions, again, are in your tutorial. If you don't, and you're ordering, you're like, I want that kit on the back end. Like I said, I'm going to send it to you for free if you place a $40 order or $40 plus order. I'll go on and cut this. So I'm just cutting this down to 4 by 5 1/4. Easy cuts. I am not your girl that does a lot of eighths. Eighths are hard. Eighths are hard. So I want to put this down. And I will say I sent this to my friend Amy. I sent a picture of it. I'm like, Amy, this is Amy Story, who I do my stamp camps with. You know, Amy, my friend from Texas. And a side note, we will be doing a stamp camp again in, what is this, September? October? In November, early November. But we'll be talking all about it in October. So stay tuned for that. That's a little bit off center. Fix it. Tip number 2 for you. Don't be scared to pull your paper up. You guys, it's just paper, okay? No one's going to know. Everything is going to be hidden. See, all that, no one's going to see it, all right? It's all going to be hidden underneath. You know who will know? You. But you're not sending the card to you. So what do I say? Done is better than perfect. Done is better than perfect. So let's do our ribbon. So again, those of you who ordered the kit ahead of time, you have a spool of the black and vanilla gingham. I'll send it if you get the kit now. And I'm just going to weave that in there. And okay, so this is the weirdness of Julie. I really want it to be black and white gingham. I really do, because my paper's white, but I've moved on from that. I've let that go. So I just pulled it up here, and now I'm going to take my linen thread, and I'm going to try something I've told you before. If you've watched me before on any kind of video, you know, what do I like? I like a double bow, right? So I'm going to try and do this with a double bow. So I'm going to wrap this around. And you know what I think? I think I'm going to go on and adhere this down, because that's going to make it hold steadier while I'm tying the bow. That's a word I made up, steadier. And all right, see, I'm looking here. Jen, I do have extra kits. Thank you for asking. Yes, I do. I have, okay, so I will tell you, I have one kit that is full. I have one bonus kit that has the paper, the ribbon, I'm sorry, the DSP, the ribbon, and the gems, okay? So if you want to get that, you can. And then I have extra kits that have, again, just the paper and the supplies. So, good question. Yeah, this is good. So going on and adhering it down, now while I go through and I tie my linen bow around it, I don't have to worry about that tag staying still. So the double linen thread bow is not hard. It's just tying two pieces at the same time. Oh, there you go. Here. This is one of my fun little favorite techniques I like doing. So there we go. So while we're talking, you know, I told you Karen Hicks had two, now I got to finagle that. That is an ugly bow, but we're not done yet. Karen Hicks has the two broken wrist. Jen Drake just had back surgery. And these things aren't private. I mean, don't be like, Julie, you're sharing everybody's medical information. That's against HIPAA rules. Okay, I'm not, people know. But anyway, so if you're throwing up a prayer and good thoughts for Karen, throw one up for Jen too with her back. So, okay, that's better. There we go. I'll put it down. Okay, so there's that. This definitely needs a haircut. Okay, boom, there's that. And then I'll kind of spread it out a little bit. Yay. All right, I'm going to put my sentiment on right here. I'll be thinking of you. I like this. I think this is cute. And I've told you guys before, I love basic beige. I did not think I would like it. I thought basic beige, okay, Jen, it's yours. I thought basic beige would be like gross. And it is, oh my gosh, I love basic beige. So I am a big fan of it. It's like, it does what vanilla does, but like in a more subtle way. I don't know any way to explain it better than that. So, okay, these are the Neutrals gems, self-adhesive gems. Those of you, again, who pre-ordered your kit, you got a pack of these. And these are on low inventory right now. So they are available, but they're low inventory. So I'm just going to snag a couple of these with my Take a Pick tool. Okay, and there. Sometimes the gummy end of my Take a Pick tool works for me. Like right now, it's like, oh, we have people. I'm gonna show out. And then other times it doesn't, and that's when I just take the sharp end. So got that. And then, okay, it's gonna turn up, so I'm really not even worried about it. I'm gonna kind of move on. But look at the finished one here. Okay, we've got your tree, and there's a die cut. I stamped the tree on the wheat in garden green, and then I die cut it out. It's here somewhere, so I'm gonna move past that. I do want to show you one other final thing. On the inside where I did my insert, again, 3.5 by 5, you will save paper. I'm gonna take this bonus little strip, I'm gonna cut it to 3.5, and you guys have seen this done. I'm just gonna adhere it to the bottom right here. Okay, I could, if I wanted to, I could stamp something on the inside there. Oh, here's my tree. Yay, there it is. I told you it would turn out. Let me go on and put the tree on with the dimensionals. And you guys, so cute, so cute. Tip for you. When you are stamping, I really hope that you like talk nicely to yourself. Like, oh my gosh, Julie, you did great. That was wonderful. We don't have people tell us enough that we are doing wonderful things. And so my theory is if nobody's going to tell me, I'm going to tell myself. I did wonderful. So this is card number 1. So again, I will review for those of you who are kind of doing this on your own. Remember this, while I might be moving a little bit faster, thanks Christine, while I might be moving a little bit faster than the norm, you guys can pause this at any time, okay, and go back and do it. This is going to stay here, okay? It's going to stay here. So card base, 5.5 by 8.5, DSP, 4 by 5 1/4, tag, basic white from Greetings of the Season, sentiment tag, Greetings of the Season. The tree and the owl come in the set. And then on the inside, basic white again at 3.5, and a little strip, 1 by 3.5. And that card's done. So quick, cute, and easy. And hopefully you like it. By the way, envelopes come as well. Now, guess what we're not going to do? We are not going to have, what do we call them in the South? We call them naked envelopes. We are not going to have a naked envelope. So I'm going to grab my little tree right here and grab my garden green. Look how much cuter it is. Just putting a little something. Oh my gosh. That is ridiculous. The joy I have from a stamped tree on a white envelope. Oh, well, I'll have to do it again. But yeah, here we are. So, all right. So card 1 is done. We have crafted along. We have crafted along. Thanks, guys. I appreciate your kind comments there. So I'm going to put that aside. Okay, card 2. Card 2. Now, this one is going to be a fun fold, okay? I'm going to teach you a fun fold that is pretty easy. I use baby wipes a lot of times because they're quick. If you use baby wipes on your stamps, I also use a chamois. So, I mean, I go either way. But if you use baby wipes on your stamps, make sure that you use alcohol-free ones. The alcohol will dry out the rubber, and you don't want that, okay? So, there we go. All right, let me show you this card here. I do like this card quite a bit, okay? So, this is the card, and then here's the fun fold part of it. Comes up like that. Let me move it down a little so you can see it. Super cute, super easy to do. Super easy to do. So what you will find in your kit and what you want to do is you want to have envelope pieces. A lot of times I tell people just empty the envelope out because sometimes there's small pieces in there that you can miss, but you can make sure that you know you get all the ones that you want. So envelope pieces for this card. We've got a piece of thick, basic white, cut down to 4 1/4 by 5.5. It is not a full card. It's just a back. You can make this a full card if you wanted to, but for me, because I am relatively lazy at times and I don't want to have to write a ton, this is the perfect amount of space for me to write my sentiment. So for me, this is where I'm putting my sentiment. But if you wanted to make this a full card, you certainly could. Then you have a piece of real red that is cut down to 4 by 5 1/4, okay? And then you will use an embossing folder. Let me put this up a little bit, make sure that you guys can see it. I used here the wood grain. I don't think it's called wood grain anymore. Maybe it is, I don't know. But I used the wood grain embossing folder. I did not emboss in your kit. You can use an embossing folder of your choice, okay? So you have that. For this one, I did not go on and do my embossing, so this one won't have it. So there's that, because I don't want to leave you guys. Then I have this piece, and I have cut this piece down already to 10.5 by 3 1/4. Okay, I'll say it again if you're making notes. Garden green, 10.5 by 3 1/4. Again, this is all in the tutorial that you'll get if you get the kit. 10.5 by 3 1/4. And I'm going to score. I am going to score at 3.5. So these are easy scores. Get that out of there. And 7. Now I can also do 3.5 on one side and 3.5 on the other side, and it still works. Okay, because this is these score lines. These are 3 evenly sized spaces. 1, 2, 3. So either go 3.5 and 7 or 3.5 with 3.5. That's totally up to you. So that's just the scoring there. And now I'll keep this here again so you can see. All right, you'll notice it pulls up like that. So I am going to just do my alternating fold here, okay? In the directions, I call it the Mountain Valley fold, okay? By Mountain Valley, I mean a mountain and a valley, okay? So that's it. I mean, it's so easy. Okay, then I think I'm gonna go on and do my stamping before I cut my pieces. So you have in your kit, this is from Nested Essentials. Nested Essentials, you guys, is one of those sets of dies. Nested Essentials and Stylish Shapes. And if you are a stamper on here, I would love for you to put in the comments like what your go-tos are. Honesty. To me, Nested Essentials and Stylish Shapes are two of my go-tos. I actually have 2 sets of both of those because I use them a lot. And so when I'm mass producing for a craft along kit or card club or creating for Christ, I can work a lot quicker. So for me, I'm just a huge fan of both of those. So let's focus on the front here because that's where the majority of my work is going to be. So I'm going to go back to my tree and I'm going back to Garden Green. The thing I love about working with a set of designer series paper is that really the colors that you work with are pretty set. You don't most times need 87 different colors. Most of the time you can get by with, you know, 2, 3, maybe 4 ink pads. And I think for this one, I've used red, Garden Green, and Memento Black. And I'm pretty sure that's all I'm using. Now I will, maybe Granny Apple, I'm not sure. I'll use blends, you know, so, but I like that. I like working like that. So for this, I'm going to stamp full strength here. And then I'm going to take stamp off here. And I'm going to stamp off here. Okay. So it's kind of a little bit of just a subtle background there. Okay. You could stamp full strength and stamp off. And then on a scrap piece of paper, stamp full strength again and stamp off if you want your 2 stamped off images to look the same. But I'm pretty good with it. I'm fine with it like that. Okay. So I'm kind of making a little forest there for our buddy, the mouse, right? So I'm going to color this super cute mouse in just a minute, but in fact, I'll take that minute and I'll do it now. So I've gone on and I've stamped him. I have die cut him, and I will tell you, these die cuts work really well. They aren't, some die cuts are hard to use, but this is not. Karen, I should have ordered that set. You're right, Georgia, the DSP tells the colors. That is 100% true. And for somebody like me, I am not an artist, you guys. I don't pretend to be. I'm not that great with it. Like sometimes I use my color wheel. It's helpful. But truthfully, I would say I probably put 80% of my cards together using the colors that are in the DSP. It's what I do. So, okay, so we're gonna color our mouse. I'm using Smoky Slate for my mouse, and I like how that owl worked out, outlining the dark first, so that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm going to go back in, again, using my Smoky Slate blends. But guys, please remember, there's any number of ways you can color. Now, if you are somebody and you're like a collector, and you're like, oh, I got to have those blends. Well, I'm going to tell you, I'm not going to lie, okay? I think they're great. But there are certainly other ways that you can color. So just again, I'm outlining with the Smoky Slate dark blend. Oh, here's where we get tricky because we got our little hymnal. When I have a small space, sometimes I don't do the outline. I just kind of do little dots to cover that space up. And as a side note, when you're like, Julie, that is a great idea, I'm going to do that too, just the little dots. I just thought of that idea right this very minute. So when I say sometimes I do it, I mean the sometimes is like this time. But I'm going to do it in the future, right? So that's good. And then I will go back in and I'm going to leave a little bit of a gap because I'm going to probably add some pale pink in for his ears and his nose. He is so cute, you guys. I'm going to tell you, and I didn't do it, okay? I didn't use this, and maybe I should have. Maybe I will on another card. Go on kind of my bigger side to get that done a little quicker. But there is in the dies, let me show you guys. Look at this die. 100% this should be used. 100%. Come on, I'm here. I'm just trying to get it off my magnetic sheet. This die, look. Can you see it? Musical notes. You guys, musical notes. How cute is that to go with my little caroling mouse. And another die. Ah! Uh-oh. Okay. The little comment bubble. So you could do your dies, the music note dies, and then glue them in the comment bubble, and that would be the cutest thing. If it's the cutest thing, why didn't I do it? Well, I just thought of it. But still, super cute. Oh, you guys, I did a good job coloring that mouse. His tail is, I think the word is reticulated. Like he has stripes in his tail. So I'm going to kind of just stripe his tail to just a contrast of the light and the dark. I'm not going to freak out over that. Okay, yay. Okay, so that's done. Let me grab that pink that I want. And again, I'll do I think this is it. Pale pink. Yes, petal pink. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go in and do his ears very lightly. And I know you guys are like, Julie, that's so light I can't see it. So you know what? I agree. It is. It's so light I can't see it. In this case, I'm going to go with the dark. So here's what we've learned. If you're using a super light color, use the dark part of it because it'll show up better. Oh my gosh, Mr. Mouse, you are the cutest. The cutest. Okay, let me color his hymn book and his ornament. I'm going to go back to the light red. You could do whatever you want, but I'm just trying to keep consistent in the colors that I'm using. Okay, Julie, what'd you just say? With hard things to color, you do dots. Yes, I do. This is the second time now I've done this. It is an outstanding technique. Okay, when you're dotting your small spaces, I want you to think of me. Think of that Julie Salva. She is something. She is something, and you can define that as you want. But the dots is a technique that Julie Salva, we're going to call it the Salva dot. If Simone Biles can have gymnastics things named after her, I can have the Salva dot named after me. And then I think I will grab the garden green blend. Nope, there's not a garden green blend. I'm going to go with my, and maybe there's a garden green. I don't know. I'm just going to go with the slide olive here. Oh, I used the brush tip by mistake. I'll just put that in there. There we go. Okay. Oh, so cute. That mouse is so, so cute. All right. So mouse is done. This piece is done. Background is done. Happy holidays. Let's stamp that. So that's going to be stamped also in garden green. And tip, sometimes if my stamp doesn't quite fit on the block, and this is okay, it does, but if you turn it on a diagonal, you get just a little bit more room, and that prevents me from having to buy another block if I don't want to. So, all right, happy holidays in garden green. This strip is cut, it's a 1/2 inch, and you will find that you have a ton of 1/2 inch strips left over. Don't throw those away because they are great for things like this. Look how good I did that. Look how straight, y'all. So straight, so pretty. Okay, and then I'm just gonna cut there. Okay. So I've got that done. All right, let me start putting this together because when I get little pieces, I start losing them. So my mouse is gonna be dimensionalized. Also, a word I just made up, dimensionalized. Feel free to use it. So, mouse. You know what? I think I have the small ones. I do, yay. Here, I'm gonna put a small dimensional on its tail. Okay, so dimensionalized mouse. Come on, buddy, there we go. Just gonna go right there. I can't. It's just so cute. And then happy. So I take my silicone mat, as you know, I do not like adhesive on my glass mat. And I'll put that right there, kind of on an angle. And holidays. And that one, a contrasting angle. Okay, so my focal point is done. Now I'm just at a place, I'm just gonna cut a couple pieces of the DSP. So For this, I wanted to go a little bit subtle because I don't want it to take away from my stamped image, right? So let's see here. I'm gonna go with the polka dots. I'll go with my full pack. I'm gonna need to go to that. So remember, this is double-sided. And then on the inside, I have my red polka dots. But you could use, you could use any of the DSP colors that you want. Again, the benefit of letting the color do the work. So another measurement, so get your pen ready. I made my notes. For these, you're cutting 3 by 3 1/4. Okay, so 3, and I can cut both of these at the same time. By 3 1/4. Okay, good. Yay me. All right. I will adhere them down into my fold. Remember, it's kind of an easy fun fold. For you, you may not be super impressed by it, but I promise you the person that gets it will be. So sometimes we overthink. I think that's what happened to my gas card last week. I think I overthought. I think I tried to get too like, oh, I'm gonna quilt. I don't know anything about quilting. Like, I have a quilt. That's the only thing I have. And why I thought I could do that technique, I don't know. So stay in your lane, Salva. I love mixing patterns. I really do. Put that right there. And then in your kit, you have a white piece, also cut to 3 by 3 3/4. As you can see, I use the tree. This tree is getting a workout, man. So let me go back and stamp the tree again. Just here in the corner. That's ugly. Okay. That's not, though. Yeah. You guys, what is the trend that you're seeing here? The trend you're seeing is that I use the magic side, which is the second side, a lot. And I'm not ashamed of it. Not even once. Okay. So I've got that. And you cannot see it once I get this adhered. You can't see that I stamped it wrong on one side. Look at that. So cute. So cute. Jen Vanderwecken. Yay, from Canada. Christmas friends. Christmas friends. So, all right. Let's put this joker together. So, let me put this down. It's not going to be, it's not going to be dry embossed because I didn't do that and I don't want to leave to go do it, but it's going to be fine. But again, on the initial sample and on the tutorial, I use the wood grain, okay? But you can use whatever you want or nothing. It's your card, right? I tell people in my card club when they're like, I did it different from you. All right, I'm out of, there we go. Not a problem. Got a second one ready to go. When they're like, I did it different from you, I tell them, listen, I'm not coming with the card. It's not like you're going to mail the card to somebody and I'm going with it. And I'm going to sit there and say, well, what they should have done if they had followed my directions is, I don't do that. So it's your card, okay? There we go there. Here's this. Now, I will tell you for this piece, okay, and I'm actually going to do it because this is the main part of the card. And there's a lot of movement to it. I mean, people are going to be picking up, folding, picking up, folding. And then they're going to show it to their friends. And they're going to be like, look, you do it. Look how cute this is. You need a really good adhesive. And while our seal is a fine adhesive for general things, for something like this, I want to add a little bit more. I do not want this falling off by chance just because people are playing around with it. So I'm going to use tear and tape along with the Stampin' Seal. So my tear and tape trick, you've seen me do it before. Take your bone folder, burnish it. That releases the tension of the peel. And, oh, you got that bundle this week, Jen? Good, because it's on back order now. And then I'm going to grab my, take a pick. And 1, look how easy this is now. 2, 3. And no wrestling. That's bad grammar, Julie. I am not wrestling. I shall not be doing any of the wrestling with the tear and tape background. So, put that right there. Oh my gosh. I love it. I love it. I'm going to assemble my front part. Now, the only thing I need to do right now before I put our focal point down is wrap some ribbon around and tie it in a bow. So, that's what I'm going to do. You guys, Did you see the little video I did? I shared it in this group and I put it on YouTube, a YouTube short too, where I got the hand towel holder at Home Goods. It's one of those double hand towel holders that, so you just, you know, you just put a hand towel on it by the sink. So I got that for $14.99. I know you're like, Julie, why are you telling us what you got in for your bathroom? Because it's not for my bathroom. I got it because I wanted a plate. What has happened here? That's gotten a little crooked. Oh, Julie, you used tear and tape and you're still pulling it up. You better believe it. I do not want crooked. Do not want it. Okay. Oh, there we go. Look at that. Now it's straight. No one knows. Anyway, so I got the hand towel holder because I wanted a place to keep my ribbon by my desk. And in my closet, I have a ribbon rack that has like hanging baskets that all my ribbon's in. But how many times do I have to tell you guys that I'm lazy before someone believes it? What I hate doing is in the middle of a project thinking, oh, well, maybe this would work, or maybe this ribbon would work. Getting up, going to look, I didn't like it. I went back, I got another. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I was just like, ugh. So this hand towel holder, I'm gonna show you when we're done. I can put, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, like 8 to 10 rolls of ribbon on each side. I can store like 20 rolls of ribbon right here. So your lazy girl does not have to get up all the time. And now when I want ribbon, watch my hand. I just reach and pull, reach and pull. And I don't have to get out of my chair. Not the best idea for being healthy and exercising, but the best idea for not wanting to get up and go to my storage closet all the time. Okay, look here. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. That is so cute. So cute. Do a little bit more of a little trim right there. Even without the embossed red, still so cute. So let me throw again because you know I love having some accents. So Neutrals Gems, reminder, they're on low inventory. So just keep that in your thought bucket. Did that one work? Come here. It did. Yay. All right. There we go. There's card number 2. Boom. Boom. I hope you guys like that one. So we've made 2 cards. The envelope for this one is right here. You guys get the idea of the no naked envelope. So you know what? Because he's so cute, look, let's take that owl. Let's just stamp him on the envelope this time. What color should I stamp? Or not the owl, that's not the mouse. The mouse. I'm gonna stamp him in Smoky Slate. I'm gonna pull it out right here. My colors are right here. Actually, I'll do Basic Gray. Julie, why did you decide to do Basic Gray instead of Smoky Slate? Because I saw Basic Gray first. That is why. Look how cute that is. Oh my gosh, you guys. Look, people are going to love when they get a card from you with a non-naked, that's how we say it in Tennessee. Y'all might say naked envelope. Okay, so there we go. Card number 2. Done. All right, we're moving on. We're moving on. I gotta move a little quicker. So let me teach you another technique. All right, moose. The moose card. Look at this. Look at this. So here's the thing. We're doing this paper piecing technique known as the, the name I found it under is the cut and shuffle. The name in my mind is, oh my gosh, how in the world do people do this? So you can call it what you want, but I'm going to call it the, oh my gosh, how did they do it? Shuffle. So let me show you real quick. So you're going to have 3 full pieces of your DSP. Okay, you can pick any pattern combination you want. You can see this is the combination that I picked. 1. And again, as much as I love mixing patterns, there's a, I mean, you got to be careful kind of when you do it because you can easily make it too busy. Okay, so these are the 3 I'm doing. All 3. They're 6 by 6. Okay, I'm going to get my paper trimmer. I am going to now cut these. And this is all in the directions, okay, in your tutorial, to 4 by 5 1/4. And I cut all 3 of these at the same time, and you're gonna wanna do it. Oh, Jen, do it on the back flap. That is an excellent idea, Jen. Stamp it on the back flap. Okay, by 5 1/4. All right, there we go. Now, here is what you're going to do, okay? And here is where in my mind I'm like, Salva, I hope you do it right. I hope you do it right. I mean, I did it right because I did make this card, okay? I did this, but, you know, one never knows. So you're going to go up to your top left corner, okay? Top left corner, line it up in the tray here. And by tray, this is what I'm talking about, the cutting tray. And then go to approximately the middle of the opposite side. So top left corner to approximately the middle of the opposite side, okay? And then cut. And I'm going to remove these now and put them over here. Then I'm going to go to the same thing from not there, there. That's pretty good. Okay. The bottom left corner, and here's the thing. If you do it wrong, it's still going to work. You'll see what I'm talking about in a minute. Okay, to approximately the middle of the opposite side. And I think, I don't want that sharp angle. I think I'm going to even not do it for that bottom corner. I'm going to slide it over a little bit. Boom, boom. Okay, now watch what's getting ready to happen. You're going to see me kind of probably get a little irritated for a minute, but no. Okay, so the cut and shuffle. What are we talking about here? You're going to take one pattern, okay, and then I'm going to take another pattern, and then I'm going to take another pattern, and I'm going to do the same thing with these other pieces. So I'm going to be able to make 3 different cards with the same exact look, but just some different patterns. And you can see the sample patterns are different from the ones I cut. It's just a matter of how you cut it. So right now you're like, Julie, that's not so hard. You really are, you exaggerate, Julie. Why do you do that? Well, because you didn't see me figure it out. And it was hard then. So, but now it's not. So now we're not going to call it the how in the world do you do this? We're going to call it the cut and shuffle, like normal people would. Okay, card base, real red. Cut it to 8.5 by 5.5. Then I am going to take my pieces here and go on and glue them down. And again, to get in that corner there, that silicone mat. Okay, so there we go there. And I like to have a little bit of a gap. If you want a wider border on the edge, you could line these all up together. Yeah. See, this is where, there. You could line all of them up together and not have a gap, and that's fine. I like having a little bit of a gap, okay? So just a little bit of one. And on this, okay, so note to self, you guys tell yourself this right now. Make a note. When you put your first piece down, put it down with a tiny border, because if you put it down like with your regular 1/4 inch border, it's not going to work if you want to have gaps through it. So there we go. All right, there's 1, 2. Okay. I believe I did. I put the adhesive on the wrong side. That's okay. That's okay. That's why I have extras if I need them. All right. See, we're realigning. We're not freaking out. We are realigning is what we're doing. That's not that piece. See, now I'm all confused again. Okay, let me put this one on because I know that one. Okay. See, I got very cocky, didn't I? It's like, oh yeah, it's easy. Y'all can do it. And then I'm like, uh-oh. Uh-oh. How many times do you guys say that when you're stamping? Do you ever say it? So, I mean, I could... Hold on. That is going here. Here. What have I done? Oh, there we go. That's how it's going. That's why I put my adhesive on the wrong way. So that's not going to work. That's not going to work. So that's okay. You guys are going to, I'm going to pretend the adhesive isn't there. Okay. And it'll be fine. I mean, I'm not going to send it out, but like I'm just putting a little dab right there. Just, what am I doing? Here. Okay, there we go. All right. And then that one goes there. So, note to self, make sure before you put your adhesive on that you're putting it on the right side. I can probably get that off. I'm not going to do it while you guys are here, but I can probably scrape it off, so I'm not that worried about it. Okay, so that does a lot of your, of like the focal point, because it's like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. But what you'll have in your kit is you will have a circle. This circle actually comes with this bundle. It's included in the dies. And so I think that's pretty cool, you know, because it's always great to have just a nice circle. And my moose, and I am going to stamp him. I am not going to color the moose this time, just for time's sake. You guys know what coloring looks like, but I will, I'll do it when we're done. But I will tell you that for the moose, I use pecan pie. Is it pecan or pecan? What do you guys like? I don't know. Pecan pie to color him, and then granny apple green and real red for his scarf. And again, in the tutorial, all that's there. And then the smoky slate again for his shoes, okay? Otherwise known as skates. When I've done this, when I've colored, I have cut out with granny apple green this swag, kind of a leaf swag, okay? And I'm gonna put that up at the top. And that is included as well in this bundle. It's part of the die. And you could, I mean, you could do this with multiple colors if you wanted to, and like have 3 or 4 different swags there. And then the little bow. And I'm gonna put that right there. Okay, so I'll color him. I will fix my glued piece here. And then using dimensionals, I'll put him right there. And then I'll just use some of my gems. Okay, so that's how that one goes. So again, I would encourage you when you do your 3 pieces. Kathy Jones is on here right now. She's like, I'm not ever doing that. Yeah, you are, Kathy. Next Tuesday at Club, you are. But I would encourage you to lay your pieces out so that you know how you're going to adhere them, and then you won't have that mistake that I did. Yeah, Georgia, 100% flip it over. And yes, I can totally do the shuffle again for sure. So I don't know, I got in my head. So you guys are great. But there we go. So we know, and here's the final one, how this card works. And again, in here, in your kit, you've got, and Tony has it because I know she got the kit. You've got your piece, 3.5 by 5 on the inside. So there you go. So that is card number 3. So easy, easy. And I'm going to put my other pieces here for my shuffle so that I can put those together too. Okay, so there's that. Any questions? Just ask. I'll finish this one up in a little bit here. All right, last card. So we did 4 cards. Now this one you might have seen before because I am of the mindset of work smarter, not harder. So some of my creations, and these are all mine, I created all these, but some of them I will use multiple places. So this was actually, I think 2 weeks ago, this was my card for the Great American Stampin' Show. So it's just, I've since learned a joy fold, okay? So easy, easy, and cute. So let's go through the basics of it and we'll be done. So granny apple green, I have cut this piece of granny apple green to 4 1/4 by 8.5. Okay, 4 1/4 by 8.5. So if you're writing that down, do so. And then I'm going to score it at 5.5. Okay. All right. So there's that. So that's my base. Fold it up. There's my bone folder. Boom. There we go. Then I've cut this real red piece, and actually it's Poppy Parade in your kit. It's Poppy Parade, okay? My sample is real red, but let's just be honest. Let me just not tell you a story on this. How I ran out of real red, I don't know, but I did. But Poppy Parade is just so close. It works great, so I'm not worried about it. So anyway, Poppy Parade. It is 8.5 by 3, and I'm going to score it in the center at 4 1/4. So again, another very easy, fun fold. So in this class, you guys have 3 techniques. You've got the cut and shuffle, you've got the joy fold, fun fold, and then you have the one that we did with the mouse fun fold, the whatever that's called. I don't know what that's called. Then back to my DSP, I'm going to cut 2 pieces at 4 by 2 3/4. So I think I'll go there and there. When I mix patterns, because I've told you, how many times do I have to say it? I like mixing patterns. I normally try to mix something bolder, which in this case would be kind of this argyle print, with something a little more subtle, which, there we go, in this case is this fun green with the funky stars. So 4 by 2 3/4. And I'm just going to adhere each of these. This one's going to go right there. This one's going to go across the bottom. And you guys, those of you that get the paper, got the paper with this class kit, you're gonna have so much left over. Do some really great stuff with. I've used this paper a lot, okay? This is gonna go in here, and I'll adhere it on the back and just open it up. So let me set that aside for a minute. Now, this is the fun part of this card, okay? In your kit, and everybody, it would be just like this. You've got your white piece that is gonna go right in here, okay? And I'm not gonna do that right now because I might wanna stamp that. You've got this, again, Nested Essentials. Okay, I've told you guys it's really great. And then I did this circle from Stylish Shapes for my sentiments. So, do you guys, who remembers, and this is how I'll know, I'm not really going to ask you, but in my Great American Stampin' Show video, when I did this one, I named this bear. Does anybody remember what I named this bear and why I named this bear? I will tell you, because silence, awkward silence makes me nervous. But I will tell you that this bear was named, Tony, I got lost in the shuffle. Okay, Tony, do you need me to do it again? Because I will, if you need me to, okay? This bear, I named him Boris. And I named him Boris because he is a polar bear. And I told people that I made him a polar bear because I was too lazy to color him in. So there you go. Boris the polar bear. So he is super cute. And again, I won't color him right now, but I will show you in the sample. Boris has some color on his wreath, granny apple green and real red. Okay, granny apple green and real red. So this is what I want to talk about right quick. These presents, all right? All of these dies are included in the bundle. So I have already cut out those pieces. Let me go on while I'm here and do the Have a Berry Christmas. Let me stamp that. Have a Berry Christmas. Y'all, I'm telling you, it is a cute set. It's a cute set. So make a note, week of September 30th, this bundle comes back if you don't already have it. Have a Berry Christmas. Berry Merry Christmas. Have a Berry Merry Christmas. I might have to use my magic site again. I will not. That is perfect. Okay. So, have a Berry Merry Christmas. Color Boris in. We've got that. But I want to show you the present pieces. So, I have cut them out ahead of time. And these little squares and the little cross pieces, the bows, all of those are, again, part of this bundle. Normally, I am not a big fan of like the minutia of the little pieces. Like I will stay away from a stamp set if it has little pieces. I really will. But these were actually, this is what I found. If you put a set of, if you just mass produce and you're using the same color combination to where you don't get all freaked out about, I gotta have 5 red and 5 whatever. If you just kind of just go with it, it's a lot easier. So sometimes your rectangular, your large rectangle would be red. Sometimes it would be green. Sometimes it would be whatever. And it really doesn't matter. So I've cut all these pieces out. And then I'm just going to glue them together. Now, there's 2 ways that you can glue it together, okay? One is using a fine tip glue pen, right? And I love my fine tip glue pen, so I think using a fine tip glue pen is a great strategy. But hold on, there's another one that's easy. I got to get one thing. Give me 1 second here. do you guys remember back in the day when we had these sponges, right? Love these sponges. So my friend Jody taught me this. You know Jody, she's one of the other gas girls, and she's also my friend. So she taught me this. Take a sponge, take the silicone mat, like back to the silicone mat, Julie, let it go. I'm like, no, it's a great thing. It's so great, and it's here somewhere. You guys ever have that happen to you? You're like, shoot, where did it go? It's here somewhere. All right, 1 second. I know it's here. I'm looking on the floor. It's not there. I just had it. Okay, whatever. I'm still going to be able to do this technique. I'm just going to use my glass mat. Another perk for the glass mat, which you can get. So, take a, y'all, I'm starting to hyperventilate because I'm like, I don't want to do it on the glass mat. But you could. All right, 1, 2, 3. Do you see it? Nope. Okay. Squirt out a glob of adhesive. Okay. Like that. You see how I just did that? I just did the glob of adhesive. Okay, Tony, I will. Poor Boris. I know. Good. I'm glad I've influenced you. And then take your sponge, get some on it. See how I need my silicone mat. And then just sponge on your image. Now see, I don't have my mat. That's making a big mess, but it's going to be okay. All right. I know right now, you know what I've done right now? I've sold every one of you on the fine tip glue pen. Because you're like, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I'm telling you, it makes all the difference with the silicone mat. Trust me. Okay. Tap it there. And this is going to go here. You're like, Julie, you got glue everywhere. Okay. 2 comments to that. All right. First of all, I have told you before, I am not to be trusted with the green glue. And that is in any capacity, way, shape, or form. Okay. And this proves it. And then B, you need to buy the fine tip glue pen. Or your silicone mat. One of them, you got to do it. So anyway, this is a cluster. But that's okay. You get the idea. So here we go here. Here, you guys are so patient, y'all. This is my first one with y'all, and I really want to keep it at an hour, and so I'm like 5 minutes over that, and so I'm learning, and it'll be so much better. All of this will be adhered. The sentiment will be adhered. I'm going to show you the final thing. Those of you who have the tutorial, you have a picture, but then all the presents are going to go here across the bottom for Boris. Now let me show you. Stop it. Let me show you. Ta-da. Ta-da. So you see the presents right there, and I've just glued them together. Side note, there is a reason that the fine tip glue pen is on low inventory. So if my debacle with green glue has not encouraged you to run, not walk to the store, you need to. Okay, so anyway, that is the final card. All right, I am going to very quickly go back one more time, okay, and do one more, and if you need to go, that's fine, but Tony bought the kit, and I appreciate that, and even Tony, even if you didn't, I would still show you. I want to make sure you guys understand the cut and, what did I even call it? Tony, right now, you're still in the stage of the how in the world do people do this, and I'm with you there, okay? So the how in the world did anyone do this technique, otherwise known as the cut and shuffle. That's what we called it, the cut and shuffle technique. Let's mix up patterns. That's fun. Let's do that. And oh, where's the polka dots? I can't believe I haven't used the polka dots yet. Yep, there we go. Boom, mixing up patterns. Okay, Tony, and again, this is in your tutorial. So 3 pieces, okay? 3 pieces. Aw, Jen, you're nice. Tony, don't laugh at yourself. If you'd have seen me yesterday, you'd have been like, this is the demonstrator for me. All right, now I got glue all over my mouth. Okay, breathe, Julie. All right. First thing, you're gonna get 3 pieces, line them up, and you are going to cut them at 4 by 5 1/4. Cut them simultaneously, okay? 4 by 5 1/4. Ooh. All right. Are you with me so far on that? Okay, I've got glue all over my fingers. This, Jody Reiner, I think she told me to use this, that it was a great strategy. I think she is trying to, like, sink me. I think that she was giving me a false tip. I'm kidding. She is a great friend. Okay, Tony, the first cut is very, very easy, okay? You're going to go top left corner. All right, so I've got it this way. Top left corner in the tray over to somewhere in the middle of the opposite side, okay? Somewhere in the middle of the opposite side and cut. All right, that's the first. Now I'm going to go to the bottom left corner. Bottom left corner. With me? Let me straighten them out here. Bottom left corner. And if you don't want to do it on that sharp corner, you can go over a little bit if you want, you know, like 1/4 of an inch or whatever. It's up to you. There's not really a wrong, okay? And then again to the opposite side, somewhere in the middle, okay? The reason there's no need for a dimension. Just somewhere in the middle is going to work, okay? So there. Now, I'm going to move this. And I'm going to bring it back here. All right. So now we have these pieces, okay? And what we're going to do, let me move it up so you can see. What we're going to do is just kind of shuffle them. So for card number 1, I'm going to go with that. And then I think I'll teach it myself. This is even easier now. I'm going to go with that. I'm going to go with that. If I didn't have glue on my hands, it would be the easiest of all. And I'm going to go with that. Okay, so I just pulled one piece of DSP from each of my stacks to put together to make a background. Let me slide that down a little bit. Okay, and then I'll just glue it onto my card. So, see? So then for the next one, I'll do the same thing. I'll take one from this pile, one from this pile, one from this pile, and that's going to work. Does that, thank you, Jen. You guys are nice. Does that help you with that technique? I hope that it does, okay? I think that you find when you just do it, you're going to be in really good shape, okay? So there you go. Tony, I 100%, if you can laugh at yourself, I can laugh at you too. No, I'm kidding. That's horrible. Julie, not customer service. Not customer service. Okay, so with that, let me move the camera down. All right, I think that we have... Sorry, that's not good. Y'all, sorry about that. That was a mess. I think we've done all of the damage that we can do. There we go. I'm sorry I dropped my phone. That was bad. But we had a good time, right? And hopefully you learned some stuff. So for those of you who have the kit, I want you to share your cards when you get them made. Please share your cards and let me know that you that you did it. Carla, I'm glad you like that technique. Adapt it, make it your own if you want to. And for those of you, again, who are like, man, I should have had her do all that cutting for me because that's a lot of work, okay? Well, here's what I know. First of all, I have a kit that I need to mail out, I think, to Cindy because she ordered yesterday, and then I've got a kit. Jen said she wanted a kit, but I have like 3 or 4 more kits ready. So if you decide that you want one, I will mail you the kit free if you place a $40+ order in my online store with my host code, okay? It's just that easy. So that's what we've got. I'm going to show you all the cards again. 1, 2. Remember him? 3. So cute. And where is my... Oh my gosh, it's so sticky. Boris. 4. Boom, 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 boom. So that's what I have. Yes, Jen, I can. You guys, I will put it in the comments. I'll put the host code for those of you that want them. You'll want to place your order by Sunday. That's when the deadline will go for that. And I had fun too. Thank you guys so much for joining in. I never take it lightly. There are so many places you could be. I do not take it lightly. And don't forget, go over to YouTube, watch the Great American Stampin' Show, vote for the project that you like the best, And we're working, like I said, on sketch 9. So I will tell you, I'm going to do another one of these next month. So watch your emails for that. You'll want to be on my email list. And I think it's October 18th. I think that's when I'm doing it. So anyway, oh, one thing, I'm doing a BOGO next week. An online BOGO. Info's coming. That's what I got, y'all. I will see you soon. And hey, y'all are truly the best. Thank you. Bye-bye.